Gotta turn the TV off. Whoopsies. Uh-oh, where'd the remote go? Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Adam Fox. You already know who I am if you've been here before, but for those of you who do not, I am one of CCHS's Connected Community Health Support, CCHS. It's a nice little abbreviation we got. Virtual exercise instructor here. So thank you for joining us here today, myself here today. I am joining you from the Carroll compound, as I like to call it, Jacob Carroll's house over here in Burnt Hills today. He's being so kind as to let me stream from his house today. So big shout out to Jake, who's outside actually having a personal training session of his own for one of his clients. But thank you for joining us today for our free virtual bodyweight exercise program. Today is day 79 of week 24. Whoa. We've already made it almost 25 weeks, almost half of the year, even though technically half the year is 26, but we're getting close to our halfway point here in the program. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking along with us. I know that this is a big time commitment and dedication. So for all you guys who, I'm clapping again. Whoopsies. Sorry, guys. But for all you guys who have stuck around with us, thank you very much. And we are very happy that you're here. And we're hoping that we are making your life a little bit healthier and happier as we go along this journey together. So, I don't have my board in front of me today. As you guys know, if you've watched before, I usually have a board in front of me. I like to go solo sometimes, or go no props, so to speak. Sometimes I'm over at the Carroll compound. Freshens me up on my memory of the things I have to say, or not have to say, but should say to all you guys. So today, as I said, day 79, we got a great workout plan for you. It's going to be about an hour long. We're doing 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest, interval style, as always. So we got 6 sets for you today. So if you are not ready for the 6-set layout, after the end of the 3rd set, I will say, all right, guys, hey, this is the end of the 3rd. You have the option to leave now. We understand that, an hour of this is very intense. So if you would like to start back at any of our previous videos, you always have that option. All of them are on YouTube and Facebook on our pages, Connected CHS. So you can go back and start from day 1 all the way up to day, if you want to start at 70, 71, 72, 73. You get the gist of it. Wherever you guys want to start, you are more than welcome to start there. Remember, we do this because we want to make health and fitness more accessible. Sorry, my ankles are about to give out. I've been sitting like a frog. But we want to make fitness more accessible for everybody, not just those that have money, have access to a gym, or like going to the gyms. Because I know a lot of people, myself included when I was younger, don't like the stereotypes or the stigmas behind the gym setting, don't really like the I don't want to call them the lunks, but the big guy, there's just stigmas. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain it. People might not like, and that's why we do this here. You guys can come here. We'll be your outlet for movement. You can come here free with no stigmas. You just hop in, watch us, listen to us, make fun of ourselves and other things, and maybe get you to laugh a couple times, make you have a really good time. So you guys can come here because we are that option. We are that outlet for movement. And we're going to get some great quality movement in while we're doing it, while also giving you some really useful tidbits and knowledge on ways to improve your overall level of health and fitness. And it's not just, your health and your fitness, it's all the other aspects as well. All 7 of our pillars, policy change, finance, nutrition, sleep, mindset, socio-environmental, and fitness. So all of those things that wrap in together. We give you little tidbits every single day after the stream. Today, we are on the week of policy change for our pillars. So as we talked about on Monday and Tuesday, Jacob and I talked about SNAP and sugar and all the basically everything to do with like policy change on sugar and SNAP and the really messed up ways that the New York State at least exposes individuals on the SNAP program. But today we are talking about childhood obesity and physical education, and we're going to be talking about the SHAPE program, which is a really awesome program that's kind of trying to spread some light, or shed some light, I should say, on physical activity requirements in the United States. So there's some really good stuff, so stick around for that at the end, as always. But for now, I don't think I'm missing it. Oh, always, remember, hey, talk to your doctor first. You get some physician's approval before starting this program, just as a safety concern. If you have any joint issues, any blood pressure issues, heart issues, any conditions, underlying medical conditions, please go talk to your doctor first to make sure it's okay for you to start this program, so we don't put you in any undue pain and or danger. Or at least we do our best to make sure that we can't put you in any of that danger or pain. So That's the third clap of the day. I'm counting. Snug, I hope you're out there for me today. I know you've been asking Jake where I am. Here I am at 5:30 again. I missed my 5:30 slot for the past couple weeks. I've been busy. Shout out to my friend Adam Walker who had the kid. I was busy helping him out with that, and I had some other personal stuff I was taking care of. So I'm really glad to be back at the 5:30 slot. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. So first thing we are doing, as always, let's get those ankle circles. Oh, I gotta adjust to the camera angle. Get those ankle circles in here. Just doing a couple clockwise, and now we're gonna switch back to counter clockwise, and we're really not doing a lot. We're only doing a couple on each foot. And as you see me moving around, I'm kind of changing my position. It's just I'm changing how I'm balancing on my planting foot. It's gonna change how you are able to move your ankle. I know it sounds weird, but where you're putting weight on this foot is going to change how this foot will be able to move. So I'm just kind of toying around with it, moving and balancing on different parts of my foot while I'm doing this. Now we're going to switch to whichever way you weren't just going, whether that's clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you guys were doing there. All right, now we're going to get the knee warmed up. I like to do these. I had a little knee surgery a couple of years ago, so I always like to do this to get the lower limb warmed up. Basically, all you're doing, trying to kick your heel to your butt, and then kick a soccer ball, right? Do about 15 of those on each leg. Same thing here. You can move your whole leg if you want to. I don't need to. Or not that I don't need to. I don't choose to, excuse me. That's what I should have said. All righty, now we're going to get started with the regular, I shouldn't say regular, but started with the rest of the program here. So the rest of the warm-up. So first thing, doing the open hip, open gate, closed gate, not open hip. I guess you could call it that because you technically are opening your hip to do this, but you understand what I'm saying. Open gate, closed gate, open that up. And also, if it's too dark in here, please let me know. I don't really know how to control these lights, but I don't want to give you guys too much of a blinding effect from the shade or the glare off of the windows. So just let me know. I'll try to figure something out if it's a little too dark or a little too bright for you guys. Because my computer is about yay big. So the screen is, I should say. So I can't really see that far because I should probably have glasses on. But that is a different story for a different time. Talk to my optometrist about that, and they're not happy because I haven't talked to them in a long time. Remember, me almost falling reminded me. Remember, make sure you are close to a wall. Make the wall is your best friend and/or something to balance yourself on in case you lose balance like I just did. Now we're going to go to the T-spine rotations. So bringing that hand, getting in a nice solid stance with your legs, and only letting the arms move here. Not rotating like this. All we're doing, letting the arm rotate back, and coming back, just like that. Perfect. And back. All right. Now from here, we're going to do some good old-fashioned gym class arm circles. Get those shoulders warmed up. Shoulder circles, arm circles, whatever you want to call them. You can do them alternating. Like so, I've only gone one direction, so a lot of one direction jokes you can make there. But all right, now we're going to go the opposite way. And you can do these however you want. Like, you don't have to copy me verbatim, even though I don't know if verbatim. I think verbatim applies to language, not movements. But you don't have to copy me exactly is what I was trying to say. You can do little guys like this, changing where you're going with them, or you can do bigger ones like this. It really is up to you guys. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Now, you can do some neck. Get the neck nice and warmed up. Now, if you got the shoulders warmed up, we went from the bottom of the body all the way to the top. So now, we're going to do some neck circles. But for these, I just want you to think about your head being like a snake, going like an S pattern, or an 8 pattern, I should say. Like that. So just kind of shaking the head around. Do it in a controlled fashion to where you're not going to hurt yourself. But just getting some new movement in the neck, because the body likes new patterns, likes new movement, likes variety. All right, now we got that going. We're going to look left and right. So look to the left, find a spot. Now look to the right, find that spot. And keep going back and forth, just like this for the entire time. Well, not the entire time, until I say so. You know what I mean. Keep on finding that spot, looking back and forth, and back and forth. Perfect. Now the last couple we're going to do here. Now you're going to look at your ankle bones, those big ones in the middle. Look at your ankle bones. Look at the ceiling. Look at your ankle bones. Look at the ceiling. Back and forth and back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Just a couple more here. Then we're going to move on to the workout. Perfect. So you guys keep going. I'm going to get started on the first exercise, which as always is the hinge, reaching the floor, coming back up, starting in 2, 1, and begin. Oh, I got to turn that ringer up so you guys can hear it. There you go. Hopefully it's not too loud, but remember for this, hands from hips to knees, pick up the pillow, put it back down, or you can just tap it on the ground. I've been doing that more recently. I find this one is a little better for not overextending, because sometimes we want to bring all the way down, but we don't really have that range of motion. So it's kind of just compensatory, not using the muscles you should. So for this one, touch it to the ground, bring it back up. You can also do the single leg variation, almost in like a kickstand, like this, or on the other leg. In the next round, I will show you the bridge, the floor variation for this. And we are done. Remember, this work to rest is 45 to 15, so these rest periods are very small compared to what we have usually been doing. So just be conscious of that and get ready to go. So we're starting with lateral raises in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Remember, for these guys, if you guys have any resistance or anything you want to go grab that you can use as resistance, so legitimately anything. I know Jake's got 2 Xbox controllers in here, so if I could find the other one, I'm just grabbing 2 Xbox controllers, and even just using those is a great form of resistance. So you guys go ahead and do that as well if you want. Remember, we are just the buffet of movement, or your outlet for movement, however you want to look at it. We give you the options, and you pick from them whichever ones you want. You can do it with resistance or without resistance. Those are the 2 options for this. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. All right, and the next one, we like to switch it up a little bit because we know we're streaming 4 times a week, so we're kind of switching up the movement patterns a little bit. At least I am. I know Jake already did these ones. But instead, we're starting in 3, 2, 1, raise the roofs. Instead of the D1s like this, now we're just doing raise the roofs like this. AKA, without, overarching your back like this, keeping the hips and core nice and controlled, just reach towards the sky. And if you feel yourself starting to arch like this, think about having your rib cage over your hips like this. Now you see how when I'm like this, my rib cage is not over my hips, but now my rib cage is over my hips. So think about that if you're having any lower back pain or issues with this movement. Remember, keep on reaching towards the sky. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Alrighty, now for the next one, we have 2 options. There's 2 things we can do. So we can do the toe tap marches like this, like we've been doing. Oh, starting in 3, 2, 1. So we can do the toe tap marches like this, or any other march variation you would like. The 2 that I'm going to be doing today are the toe taps like this, or the burst like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, I got a comment in the chat. You like my rib cage, baby? I'm glad you like my positioning. Hope it makes everything else look nice too. But we can start from here and down and back up like that, doing the burst. Or remember, like I said, we can do the toe taps like this. Whatever you guys want to do. We're stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and done. Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate the compliment. I really hope that you're getting a good workout in right now, doing our program. All right, now we're going to the lateral squats or regular squats, starting in 2, 1. And remember, for the regular squats, just come over to a chair, sit down, stand back up, sit down, stand back up, just like that. That's all you got to do. Even if you do have a couch like this, you can literally just sit down and stand back up. Or for the lateral squats, coming over like this, back up, and then switching down, back up. You do not need to go that low, obviously. So if you can only go down right here, that's totally fine. I'll recommend doing it the same way, though, just pretending as if you're sitting in a chair, coming back up, sitting in a chair, and coming back up. A couple more here. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job, guys. Next one, admittedly, my least favorite, but one of the most useful and needed patterns, knee push-up. So remember, you can do this from an incline position or from the wall. I'll be doing it from the knees today. Remember, we want to make sure the hands are under our chest, not out in front of our shoulders like this. So hands under the chest, coming down 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Back up. 1, 2, 3. Now making sure when you're coming down for that 3 seconds, nice hold and push back up through. 1, 2, 3. And we are done. There we go. Good job, guys. I know the push-ups are a tough one, so if you have any questions about those, please reach out to us. Or if you're watching this on replay, restream, please reach out to us if you have any questions and we did not get to you during the replay. All right, now we're back to the D2, so the reaching. The same one as last week, reaching up, pulling down like this, reaching up, and then pushing down. So pretend like you're reaching with your whole body, grabbing something, pulling it down, and then pushing it down to the ground with your palm facing the ground. So your palm is facing you right here, and then you're going to switch, push to the ground, switch, push to the ground, like so. Keep on going here. And remember, guys, like I said, stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Remember, like I said, if you have any questions about anything, I know that we missed a lot of you guys on the restreams that we do, but if you're watching this on restream, please reach out to us on any of our social medias so we can get in touch with you and talk about whatever question you had. All right, now we're on to boxing. So get a nice staggered or regular stance like this, and we're just going to be throwing the mitts, baby. Throwing the bows like we're in the little home gym down in the Carroll compound. They want the bows, they can come get them, baby. Talking to you, Konak. Keep on throwing here. And you can switch whichever leg stance you have if you would like to. You don't have to. The whole thing here, just keeping the arms moving. Doesn't have to be a blistering fast pace, but just keep the arms moving. That's all that matters. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1. And cut it. There we go. Good job, guys. High five. Made it through the first round. All right. Round 1 done. Moving on to round 2. Starting with the bridges as promised from last round. Here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So remember, we're pressing up with the hips, keeping a straight line from the shoulders all the way to the knees at the top. So just like this. And back down and up. And making sure that is that straight line right here, because don't want you guys overarching the back like that, because then you won't have a nice rib cage. As that gentleman pointed out, who was so nice to say that. You don't want to have a non-nice rib cage. You don't want to have a rib flare. Nobody wants that. That leads to injury, and then you can't work out and you become more sedentary. Nobody wants any of that. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, guys. Not feeling as springy. I didn't try to spring up today. That's okay. Maybe next round. Yeah, I got you guys next round. Lateral raises in 2, 1, and begin. I can't tell if I'm chopping my head off or not. Am I? I think I'm good. All right, perfect. Keep on going here, guys. We do really have some nice, interesting things we're going to talk about on the tidbits today after the stream. Like I talked about in the intro, there's some really interesting stuff about physical activity and state regulations on physical activity, which do and which don't require elementary schoolers to have physical activity, as well as like the guidelines for how much physical activity they require. So, and it plays into obesity. I'm stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And it plays into obesity pretty well as far as understanding the relationship between high grades in school, to layman's terms, and obesity. And there's a direct negative correlation between obesity and grades in school. But, all right, now we're back to the raise the roofs. Remember, keep that nice rib cage, okay? We'll make sure no one's got a popped out rib cage. I don't know why I just thought of this, but my oil pan in my car is leaking. And this just dawned on me right now that I really need to fix that. Like, I just found out before my stream started, and now that's the only thing I can think about, aside from getting my shoulders swole right now. Pressing the world over my head, bringing it back down, just like this. Oh, we got another response. Boy, oh boy, I cannot wait to read this. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good. Hey, I'm glad your body's jello, man. We'll make it some. No, I'm not gonna say that. Hey, I'm glad you like the workout, man. We'll make sure that your body's not jello for much longer. All right, starting back with the toe taps or the bursts. Remember, the bursts are starting with your opposite arm, opposite leg. So if your left knee is up, your right hand is up. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, just like this, and then back down. You definitely cannot see my head. Let me push this camera back. Thank you, Mr. What is that? Knack Sauce? What a guy! Thank you, Mr. Knack Sauce, for commenting in. What a swell pal. You must know someone here or something. I don't know. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, guys. Trying to still fix this camera a little bit. Perfect. Our workouts are for anyone and everyone. Remember that, guys. You don't have to be in a certain shape to work out with us here. Starting with the squats in 3, 2, 1, and go. That was the fastest 3 seconds of my life. Oh, so many jokes to be made. All right, back to this, guys. Just sitting down, standing up, sit down, and stand up. Or just touch your butt to the chair and stand back up. Like I am. I still can't even see myself. I'm just going to put this full screen to save myself a lot of angst. Oh, look at that. There I am. Oh, whoopsies. And back up, down, back up, just like that. Remember the lateral ones, going from here, go out, back up, then over, back up, then over. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Good job, guys. All right, back to everybody's favorite, the push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2, 3. When I say your hands under your chest, I don't literally mean your hands all the way back here. I mean if you put your hands on the ground, your shoulders, say that I just fell, my hands should be right near my chest. They shouldn't be high up like this. It should be right about at the chest level to press back up. So that means you're using your shoulder in the range of motion that's meant to be used in. Doesn't mean you have to think about any of the muscles or anything that's going on inside, but just the positioning of your hands will determine, if your shoulder's being used correctly. That's very layman's terms, but basically it just has to do with positioning of the hands when it comes to muscle activation. We don't need to talk about that long as you guys are getting some good pressing patterns in, that's all that matters on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And going back to the D2 right now. So remember, reaching up and back down and then pressing into the ground. If you want to, you see my feet, I'm getting like little almost cross body, opposite side of my body, getting a little stance with it. That's what I really want you guys to do, because I don't want you guys just moving like this. I want you reaching and pulling back and pushing, reaching, pulling back, pushing, reaching, pulling back and pushing, just like so. We got a couple more seconds here, guys. Keep powering through. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. All right. Now on to boxing. Show me your best Pacquiao, Jake Paul. I don't even know. It's so sad. One of the first boxers I think of now is Jake Paul. But give me the best impression, and let's go in here with the boxing. Remember, you can do a staggered stance like I am right now. All I want you guys to focus on is keeping those arms moving. It doesn't have to be fast. Doesn't have to be powerful. Just keeping them moving constantly. That's all that matters right now. You want to add a little level of difficulty. Try to balance on the balls of your toes. So I'm not saying all the way up here, but without your heel on the ground, make it a little bit harder. Make it a little bit of a coordination. More balance, and coordination, because you're coordinating your limbs moving and your upper limbs moving and your lower limbs staying still. But a little bit of extra work for you if you want it. Stop it in 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, baby. I keep on wanting to cut. All right, back to the top. Hinge pattern. I'm gonna do the regular. Reach the floor with the pillow, and let's go. Remember, hips, hands from hips to knees, like so. Also, hold up, give me a high five. We made it through 2 sets. Good job, guys. Only got a couple more sets, aka 4. Or if you want to do one more and skedaddle, that's a-okay too. Not going to judge you for that. We understand some people are at different spots than other people, and that is a-okay, my friend. My friends, remember, trying to back up, down and back up. All you're doing is picking up the pillow and standing up like this. Let the pillow hit the ground and stand up. And we are done. There we go. Good job, guys. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. We made some cooking videos today. Sorry, I was just checking to make sure I didn't have any other notifications, but all right. And back to the lateral raises. You definitely just caught me lacking there because I started to do the overhead presses. But Jacob and I made some cooking content today. Some really awesome, I can't tell you yet because we haven't put it on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding, I'll tell you. It's some nice little like healthy appetizers. Now I know sour cream is not the healthiest thing for you, but you can always substitute with Greek yogurt if you'd like. But little sweet potato wedges baked in the oven with some seasoning and obviously some olive oil, never butter or canola oil or vegetable oil or any of that garbage. But throwing those in the oven for about 10-15 minutes and throwing some sour cream and chives on top. Woo! Okay, we are done with those. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you salivate right now, but woohoo! Were those good, man? And I was thinking even throwing maybe some prosciutto on top or some meat on top to give it some savory flavor. But you guys try it out. Have it up on Instagram. Now we're starting with the overhead presses. We'll have it up on Instagram here in the next couple days. We changed the format of how we're doing it a little bit just because we figured it's easier, more digestible when it's not a minute of us just talking straight into the camera. So, and I say that as I see them hopping around the back. Must be part of their workout. They're running in the yard or something. I don't know. It's nice sometimes to just be like, all right, I'll see you later, man. You do you. I'm gonna go do this. And there they are, right on time. I can hear them coming in. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Are you coming in to cheer me on, sir?
Yeah. Go, Adam, go. Go, Adam, go.
Wait, can I get a guest? Can I get a guest presenter for this, please, for the next movement?
We're gonna try your sweet potatoes over here.
You know, I was just actually talking about those on stream.
That's literally why we came in.
I don't know if Angela's gonna be all right with that. They are very good, though. You guys definitely gotta try them out. Aside from these hooligans getting in the way of my stream, I totally forgot. Well, oh yeah, we're doing these marches or the toe taps like this, or the burst 1, 2, 3 like this. I'm gonna try to get Jake to come over here and be a guest presenter for this next movement. Hey, Mr. Carroll, you wanna be a guest presenter for this lateral squat, my friend? We got 14 seconds. Oh, the first time ever in CCHS history. Oh, we got 8 seconds. Hold up. We got 8 seconds.
Wait till we start?
Yeah, till we start the lateral squats. We got a guest presenter today, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Very important, very special day. And we also got Mr. Justin Konak over here shoving his face with sweet potatoes.
There we go, everybody. Working, just getting that momentum side to side, you know.
Look at this. Goes into the customer service voice like that. Isn't that beautiful, ladies and gentlemen?
Come on, you got it. Not too much longer here. Only 25 seconds.
And he gives me a break so I can get some water. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to get a water break in here real quick. I hope you're enjoying this policy change. And, you know, not having to see Adam on stream. I'm like, I know that's great, too. All right, come on. 10 seconds. Finish up strong here. Then I got to go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job.
All right, I get this fool out of my screen. Come on to my stream talking crap. I see you. All right. Thank you for the guest presentation, sir. I appreciate it. Next time I'll have Mr. Justin Konak on stream with me. Twitch only, if you heard that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, back to the push-ups. You know, this is why I love doing this. I do it with two of my best friends, even though Justin is obviously not Seth Spicer, but still, we get to have moments like this. We get to have fun doing this. And, you know, this is really what this should be about for everyone. I know maybe you're not doing this with a friend, but allowing, you know, there to be the opportunity to do this with a friend, you know, maybe suggesting it to your friends, like, hey, you want to do this workout together? Because sometimes starting a workout, whether it's in person or virtual, can be a little intimidating. We totally understand that. So having some good friends, like you just saw, my friend Jacob Carroll. Oh, we are done with the push-ups. That was quick. But it's always nice to have a friend to help you out and do the workouts with you and just be there to support you. And as you can tell, me having Jake, you know, without him, we wouldn't have this. Without all of us, we wouldn't have this entire organization that we got for you guys. So the whole purpose of that is just me saying, you know, make sure you don't take having friends or a workout buddy for granted. It does help a lot with motivation, and not just motivation, but, you know, sometimes with your form, sometimes I know it is a lot of motivation. It's very motivating to have a friend that can do this stuff with you. So just keep that in mind for the next stream, guys. Just keep it in mind. And also, Jake's probably back down there watching and working out with Justin. So, sir, I got to tell you that your lateral squats do not look as good as they should for, you know, for being a personal trainer. No, I'm just kidding. This lateral squats look fine. I'm just joking. Got to give him some banter. I know he's down there listening to me. All right, back to the boxing here in 2, 1, and let's get going. So we're going to just throw the punches here. And after, if you guys want a special sneak peek, I'm going to go down there and box Jake and Justin at the same time. So you just wait for that. Tune in on Instagram. We'll show that live or something. Now I'm going to switch in stance here. So keep throwing. Just switch your stance if you please. If not, it's okay. Whatever works best for you guys. Keep on going here, guys. Stop it here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Well, you guys heard it here first. those sweet potatoes were quote unquote gas. So everyone needs to not come here because there'll be a lot of people in one house, but everyone needs to get themselves some sweet potatoes. All it is, chop up some regular sweet potatoes, put some garlic, pepper, onion powder, salt. I think I already said pepper. Oh yeah, and some parsley, and then mix them all up with some olive oil. Throw them in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, depending on how crispy you like them. We had them at 425 degrees, and that only took about 10-15 minutes. So if you want them crispy, I'd recommend doing the same. And then just throwing some sour cream on them and garnishing it with some chives for a little extra oniony taste. And then bam, you got yourself a nice healthy appetizer or a nice meal, depending on what, maybe you're a vegetarian or vegan. I don't think, is sour cream? Sour cream is definitely not vegan. Okay, so take the sour cream out. So what, vegetarian maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know. All right, Lado Raisins here. Do you know who this? I have no idea who that is. No, I don't know who Knack Sauce is. I definitely don't know Justin Code Knack. I have no idea, man. Who are you? Please help me out here. You're like the Joker. I have this riddle me, please. I'm very confused, my friend. Help me out a little bit, will you? Maybe they'll let me know their secret identity here in a second. So it definitely wasn't the kid that was just shoving sweet potatoes in his mouth in the kitchen 20 feet away from me. And we are done with the Lado Raisins. I'm famous. Oh my God, we have a celebrity in our midst today, guys. Give a round of applause for the celebrity, Knack Sauce. Oh my goodness, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it so much, guys. What a pleasure to have him, the most famous Knack Sauce. If you guys haven't heard of him, then you must be living under a rock because apparently he's a celebrity. Thank you for joining us, sir. I really appreciate a little bit of liveliness in my 5:30 afternoon stream here. Isn't this just great, guys? This is what this is all about. Interacting with our community members, even if they're thieves that come into the house that I'm streaming in and steal my sweet potatoes that I made. It's okay, though, because they're still my friend. And we're still all friends. Isn't that right? It's all about community aspect here, guys. Oh, this is going to be a funny replay to watch. Keep on pressing overhead. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, guys. I know this is kind of all over the place today, but bear with us here. I apologize. Actually, no, I don't. This is a lot of fun. I'm not sorry. This is a great time. All right, back to the marches. So remember, we can do the toe taps. And remember with this, when you're doing high knees regularly, we'll bend over like this because we want to bring our hands closer to our knees. But when we're doing these toe taps, it forces us to sit back more into our hips because you're not allowed to move your arms down like this. You just have to keep them in one spot. Up and back and up. Or we can do the burst, remember? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to cover as much ground as I am, but you can if you'd like. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. All right, let me grab some more water. 1 second. All right, back to the squats in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So we got the Jacob Carroll side squats like this. And then we got the side squats, lateral squats like this. Remember, and this is honestly a good teaching moment. Everyone is at different abilities. Not everyone has this range of motion. And that's okay. You work within your range of motion, not somebody else's, right? So if you need to start with your legs just like this, and going down side to side, then that's not a bad thing to start here. But if you have that range of motion, then I challenge you to go deeper and deeper and deeper every time. Good job, guys. Almost done with the 4th set here. We got Trace Moss. Then we're done with 4. Moving our way on to 5, and then 6, and then some talking to the camera to you guys, and then we'll get out of here. All right. From here, remember, coming down, pressing away. Also, I'm going to challenge you guys now. We've done this for a couple sets. So come down, just like a regular kneeling push-up. Oh, sorry, no. You're going to fully extend your legs, come down for 3 seconds, go to the knees, and push back up. So 1, 2, 3, knees, and press. 1, 2, 3, knees, and press. That was way faster than 3 seconds. Don't judge that one. 1, 2, 3, knees, and press. 1, 2, 3, knees, and press. Perfect. Woo, I'm sweating now. Push-ups always get me going, though. Feel great, like Tony the Tiger. All right, now back to D2. Reaching towards the sky. Excuse me, my apologies. Sweet potatoes coming up again. Pull it down and press, pull and press, pull and press, pull and press, like so. And another thing I like about having multiple instructors here is that if you like one of us, you can always come to our streams. And if you don't, hey, no hard feelings. I personally hate Jacob Carroll, so it's okay. If you guys don't like seeing Jacob's face and only want to see my beautiful face, that's all right. Or vice versa. You hate seeing my face and you love Jacob Carroll's beautiful face. That's okay if you want to tune in with him. Or the alternative, Seth Spicer, who's just, I don't have anything bad to say about him. Only Jacob Carroll, that guy's a. But all right, on to the boxing now. From here, remember, throwing the bows like this, or not the bows, this would be the bows, but throwing the hands like so. Just keep the arms moving the entire time. And to finish my point on the instructors, I am only partially kidding. You know, some people may not want to watch me for the entire stream or may not want to watch Jake, and that's totally okay because we got 3 instructors that do this. Even though Seth is on a hiatus right now because Seth got a big boy job, or not like this isn't a big boy job. I say that with the utmost love and respect for him, but he got a job doing athletic training. So I'm happy for him, but it's pulling him from his duties for right now. So, not duties. Once he comes back, it will be the same old energized, happy, and funny Seth Spicer that you got for the past 24 weeks. He's coming back. Don't worry, everyone who wants to see him. All right. Back to the top. Made it through 4 rounds. Good job, guys. Give me a high five. Back to the hinging. Remember, we can do this single leg like so. All you're focusing on is bringing that pillow to the ground like so. And back up. And I'm switching sides here just so we even it out. You know, in theory, if you wanted to do 3 sets on one leg and the other 3 on the other leg, you could do that. Or we can split it like I am, splitting the time. We did about 23 seconds on one leg, about 22 on the other. And I almost fell. We are done. There we go. Good job, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I am sweating like a pig today. That's okay. All right. Back to lateral raises. I think this is the 5th round. Yes, this is the 5th round. We're almost done. So hang in there with me, everybody, especially you, Mr. Jello, Knack Sauce. If those legs are Jello, I want them to be jam after this, baby. Come on. That didn't make any sense, but that's okay. I sometimes say things that don't really make any sense, which is okay. And we're going to keep bringing the arms up. Remember, adding some resistance if you need to, if you want to. And I look like I got claws right now, but it's just pretending like I'm holding something, which at some point here I'm going to start holding something. Maybe not today, but maybe next week when we're doing these. And we are done. Woo! You know, It's kind of weird not doing 3 days a week anymore, because when we do hard workouts like this, we have to do them twice in a week. I remind myself, hey, yeah, I don't do this 3 days a week anymore. It's not that it's no, I was gonna say it's not that it's too hard to keep up. No, it's definitely difficult to stay with this if you're not doing this every day that we do the program, or at least 2 days a week, or 3 days a week. Obviously, we want you to do 4, but 3 is also okay too, because we understand that we're all human and we can't always work out 4 times a week or 5 times a week. That's okay. Heck, I don't even work out 5 times a week every week. You have weeks where you miss a day or 2, so it's okay. Don't put yourself down. Just come back the next day, be stronger and ready to kick some ass, baby. All right. Woo, shoulders are burning now. Good job, guys. Moving back to the marching variation. There's no hooligans in here trying to rob me blind of my sweet potatoes, so I think we're good. Not going to get interrupted here. Starting with the marches. Remember, this is like kind of the I don't want to call it easier, because this is not easier, but less challenging. I'll call it. I've never eaten that close to a stream ever again. Oh, this is coming up. This is not good. Just breathe the pain away, my friends. Breathe it away. Bring the feet up. Remember, as you can see, I'm kind of more back into my heels opposed to being up like this, like when we usually do high knees. So just a reference point for you guys. A reminder, if you will. Good job. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Good job, everybody. We are killing it today. Now wipe my face again. Whew. All righty. Oh, it's the same comment from last time. All right, back to the squats. So we can do, remember, the regular squats, like so, or the lateral. I like to show both in every set, just to remind you guys you don't really have to do one or the other. You don't have to do just one, you can do one or the other. So if you want to do regular squats for some of the time and then switch to lateral squats, please be my guest. I gotta be farther back. Please be my guest. Remember, if you can only go down to right here, that's okay. Or right here, that's okay as well. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. We're a little behind the beat there. That's okay. I'm very disappointed. My famous friend never got back to me. I thought he was famous. Never told me what his name was. I'm disappointed. Oh, crap. Push-ups, remember, from all the way up like this. 1, 2, 3. Go to the knees and press. 1, 2, 3. Go to the knees and press. 1, 2, 3. Knees and press. And just keep doing that for about 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Knees and press. 1, 2. That was way too fast with 3 seconds. All right, we got one more here, guys. Let's make it good. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and press. Good job, guys. We are almost there. Keep powering through with me. I know this is getting tough. It's okay. We can do this. So I can't even tell if you guys can see my face anymore because it's so dark in here. Maybe you can. I can't really tell. Hopefully you can. All right, back to the D2s. Excuse me. I apologize, guys. Pulling, pressing, pulling, and pressing. Pulling and pressing. Remember, when you're reaching, you want to be reaching from your chest. So from right here and down, here and down. Just like this. Not all movement has to be extremely, anaerobically or muscle driven. It's good to get some movements like this in just for good quality of movement, shoulder health, and just coordination as well, because some people find it hard to coordinate opposite arm, opposite arm, opposite leg, because it is difficult sometimes. So speaking of that, let's coordinate with some boxing here. Get in a staggered stance. Computer, come on, wake up. And let's go. My computer keeps changing the brightness on the screen. I can't tell if you guys are, if you guys can see me very well or not. So my famous friend Naxos, please hit me in the chat if you don't mind. Now we're gonna switch sides. I forgot what set we're on. I think this is number 5. I think we got one more. Because we still got the last one for the boxing. I'm going to have you guys give me all you got. And we are done. Let's throw my gum out real quick. But for the next round of boxing, right now we're getting into the hinges and go. So I'm going to go back to the ground. So for the next round of boxing, what we're going to do, because it's the last thing of the day, I'm going to make it very challenging. We're going to do 45 seconds total, right? So the last 15 seconds is going to be everything you got. So, but the first 30 seconds is going to be a nice sustainable pace that's not too hard for you to keep up with. But once we hit 15 seconds left, you're going to give me everything you got for the last 15. End on a good note today. And we are done with those. But end on a nice solid note with the max pace boxing at the end here. Still got some more movements to get through, so see, now the brightness is going to change? Yeah, now the brightness changes, of course. All right, back to lateral raises, like so. Bring them up. Keep on bringing them up. And remember, I've talked about this. This brightness stuff is killing me. Yeah, there it goes. Now it's bright again. And now it's dark. That's okay. But with these, make sure you're not going all the way up here if you don't have the range of motion. My range of motion is honestly about right here. So anything past that, I'm going to be compensating and possibly bringing myself into injury because you're using different muscles that aren't really supposed to be used for that range of motion. Hence the word compensating the range of motion. But that's okay. Go up as far as you can without it hurting or feeling your lower back twinge at all. Because usually if we're doing that, we will arch the lower back to get some more range of motion. Excuse me. Jeez. Overhead pressing now. Touch the ceiling. Control the ribs. Keep them over your hips. And just keep reaching towards the sky like this. Because we're cool guys. Reach to the sky because you're cool. Oh my God. I don't know why you guys listen to me sometimes. Keep reaching. Only a couple more seconds here. Let it burn. Let it burn. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Woof! That was feeling good. We're going to cool the arms down real nice after this, I promise. I'm done drinking water because I'm just burping the entire time. All right, back to the marches. March, march, march. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So this time I'm going to start with some bursts. I feel like these are cutting off my head. I know that was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 1, 2, 3. This is the first time I've streamed in full screen, and it's very, very interesting. Balance for a second on that leg, and then come back, and then come back. Balance, balance. Almost done here. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Good job, guys. Almost done. 4 more exercises, and we're out of here. Mwah. Kiss me goodbye. And Jacob, and whoever that famous person is in the chat. Again, thank you for joining us, for being as famous as you are. You must not have a lot of time in your hands, my friends, so thank you for being so generous to join us today. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. And back up. Oh, yeah. Feet fully extended. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going way too fast. Last one, make it good with me. 1, 2, 3, and done. There we go. Good job. Oh, I missed the squats. All right. Not doing that this time. Not missing a set like I've done before. Brighter. Hey, look at that. I need to be closer to the screen for it to be brighter. All right, starting with the squats here. Just touch the butt to the chair and bring it back up. You can even do a staggered, like one foot is a little bit farther in front of the other. If you'd like, that's more for, I guess I'd say athletes, but it doesn't need to be for athletes. I have my own opinion on bilateral training and athletes, and that's just something for another time. We'll be making a post about it next week when it comes to training for athletes, because that's something I do love to do. And we are done. There we go. Good job, guys. All right. Only 2 more here. D2 starting right now. Reach, pulling, and pressing. Pulling, and pressing. Pulling, pressing, pulling, pressing, reaching all the way up. Reach for that. Reach to this guy, pull it back down. Reach to this guy, pull it back down. Excuse me. Push back down. Reach and push and reach. Almost done here, guys. Only a couple more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Woo! All right, remember for the boxing, very last part, we are doing 30 seconds at a nice sustainable pace, and then 15 seconds of all out. So let's just go regular 2-footed stance here. Nice sustainable pace here. I don't want you going too slow, but I don't want you going too fast where you're going to burn out during the all-out part. I want you guys to go 15 seconds, nice and strong, okay? We got 5 more seconds till we start, okay? 2, 1, and go. Come on, give me everything you got, guys. As fast as you can. Throw those arms as fast as you can. Come on, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Woo! There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, and I didn't miss a set this time. Woo! There we go. Good job. Let's cool down real quick, and I'm going to talk to you. Come sit down, Grandpappy Adam's lap, and have a talk with me about childhood obesity and all of that. Not really good stuff, but good stuff. Policy change, all that. All right, so now we're just going to shake the arms. Shake from your thumbs and your fingers first, and then your elbows. It's okay. There's a lot of stuff moving and jiggling. It's my arms, my underarm fast jiggling too. Don't worry about it, okay? It's okay. Now we're going to shake from the shoulders. Just like so. Shake the shoulders out all the way. Now for the last couple seconds, just shake it out on your own. It's good to get some new sensation into the arm. Just shake, especially after a hard arm workout like we just did. Shake, 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 shake. And keep going here, guys. Perfect. All right. Now we just stepped in a big puddle. Now we gotta get all the water off our leg. So we're gonna shake our leg out like so. If you need a wall, make sure you got one near you for you to hold on to if you need it for this. Shake it behind you a little bit. Almost reminds me of a dog peeing, I think. I don't know why, but shake it to the side a little bit. Now I like the 5:30 slot, so you guys get the real full version of Adam. 7:30ers, oh, now we're switching leg. The 7:30 people get the half awake, very caffeinated Adam, but 5 o'clock comes around. I'm much more alive. I'm more of like a late afternoon bird opposed to an early bird or a midday bird, so I don't even know if those are a thing, but I just created it. All right, keep shaking. And then the last thing we're going to do here is some breathing. I'm going to go grab a chair real quick. So remember, guys, we're doing this breathing. It's going to be in our nose, out our mouth. When we're doing this, make sure we're exhaling longer than we are inhaling. So
activity completed.
Thank you, Siri. So, all right, now you guys can keep breathing, keep doing your thing. I'm going to get some stuff pulled up for the good, no, I don't want to call it the good part of the stream, but for the educational part of the stream. So, as we talked about, as I talked about earlier, we talked about SNAP earlier in the week, and now, you know, SNAP sugar and how some agencies, New York State, kind of peg the odds against. I know we say defy the odds, but the odds really are against individuals in New York State, as Jacob talked about on Tuesday. You're more likely to be targeted by advertising for sugary drinks in the first 7 to 10 days that SNAP is out, so the first 7 days of the month, if you are in an area that has higher SNAP participants. So right off the bat, that's something for the week. I was like, wow, that's absolutely crazy and that's ridiculous. But this week, we are going to talk about childhood obesity and physical activity and some policies that are good, both good and bad for childhood obesity. So the first one we're going to start out with is talking about the relationship between obesity and childhood obesity and education, right? So we often think like, oh, obese is bad for your body. Well, yes, we know that obesity is bad for your body, but what about for your academic standing or academic performance? So there was a study that I found that was talking about the comparison between individuals who are unfit and inactive, children. To preface this, children that are unfit and inactive, and individuals who are physically active and aerobically fit. So this study showed that the people that were the individuals, the children that were physically active and aerobically fit, consistently outperformed their peers who were more inactive and less aerobically fit, both in both short-term and long-term academic performance. So not only does this have to do with the academics, but it has to do with the forming of the child's mind at a young age. And it is well known that cognitive development and long life brain health can be attributed to an increase in a higher standard of cognitive development and overall long-lived brain health can be correlated back to higher levels of physical activity as a child, and also show this in the study that in those individuals had higher cognitive development and overall brain health for a longer period of time than those who were obese. So then now the conversation changes from, okay, we know that physical activity is good for the structures of the brain, for the functions, and for obviously both of those things can hand the underlying academic performance of those individuals. But now it comes down to, okay, well, if we know that our kids need to have physical activity, then what do we do about it? In a nation where there's 19 as of 2018, there's 19.3% of individuals between the ages of 2 and 9 are obese. Which, although the data is a little outdated. The most recent I could find was from 2018. So, like I was saying, sorry, I just lost my train of thought there a little bit. But the point of what I'm making here is that those individuals between 2 and 19, that's about 14.4 million children and or adolescents who are obese. So that 19.3 equals out to that number. Now, in 2013, that number was just 13.5. So that's an almost 7% increase in only 5 years. So 2013 to, or sorry, an 18-year time period, 2000 to 2018. There is a 5% increase. Now we wonder, okay, well, what are we doing to combat this? Because this is the week of policy change, how can we combat this, and what are some things that we can do, or that are already things that are already in place to help kind of keep chopping that number down, even though unfortunately the number is continuing to rise. So right off the bat, 50%, 50 states, 100%, all of the states in the nation all have physical education programs or have standards for physical education programs. Now, that does not mean that all the standards are the same, but it goes to show that at least physical activity or physical education is somewhat being looked at as a needed thing. And there are some other things, I'm about to rant about, that kind of cut down the legitimacy of that statement, because there's other states that are not abiding by the same rules. So, for example, like when it comes to, okay, what about like recommended times, right? So the recommended time that we should be exercising, that children should be exercising every day, is about 60 minutes. But only 2 states, and I guess you can call Washington, D.C. a state, but a county, so 2 counties in the entire nation meet the actual recommendations for weekly participation in physical education, and that is Oregon and DC, so the District of Columbia. And not only that, but there's a lesser amount of states actually have the minimum amount of time that the individuals must participate in physical education. So for elementary school, there's about 20 that have that set like a minimum amount. So say every week you come in, you have X amount of time that you need to spend in physical education. So there's only 19 elementary school or states that require elementary schools to do it, and then 15 that require middle school or junior high, and then 6 that require high school individuals. And to play off of this, also only 15 states have additional funding for physical education programs. So we've shown you the good, we've shown you some of the bad. Before I get to that, also I want some opinion on this. If you guys do have an opinion on this, hello, how are you? I'm sorry, I didn't get to see. I didn't see your chat in the. I just got to see it. Hello, how are you? I'm in the middle of talking about the tidbit for the week. We're on policy change, so I apologize. I just got to you, but hello, nice to see you as well. I hope you are doing well. So as I was talking about, there's only a handful of states that actually allow withholding physical education as a punishment, 10 to be exact. So, but on the flip coin, there's about 13 states that prohibit using physical activity as a form of punishment. So, I personally think that is a good way to punish. It's a two-sided coin, right? You don't want individuals to have a negative connotation with physical activity, but at the same time, you still do want those individuals to participate in physical activity, and having a punishment be more physical activity based, I don't think would be an awful idea as a whole. But of course, there are underlying issues like allowing or having the kid be deterred from physical activity as a whole. But back to the funding, right? So now I've told you some facts about, policies and things that other states, state by state regulations, how they look at physical activity. Now, what other things can we do about it? So this is a stat that I thought it kind of just irked me that in the current state, there's about 32% of children and adolescents between the age of 2 and 19 that are obese or overweight. So that doesn't just count for obesity; it counts for being overweight as well. And on average, and annually, now this is median. So obviously, there's some schools that are above and some schools that are lower, but about $764 is spent per school year on an individual school's education program. So physical education program, meaning that $760 is all that is spent on physical education per year. So one thing that we could do, a great way to maybe incentivize the schools is, not only give them larger, create programs that will allow schools to have a larger amount of capital, from whether it's pulling from taxes, whether it's pulling from whether there's homegrown school aid or not aid, school events that can help to raise money for those, just like they do with selling chocolate bars at school, all these other things that can help to raise money for the physical education program. But we can also instate policy change that allows a specific number that's much higher than $700, more in the range of like $15,000 to $2,000 per year. So making it a state law that it's required for states or whatever state you're in, whatever county you're in, to have X amount of dollars for physical education budget every year. Because this is, as I talked about before, with like the aspects of mental health and cognition and brain function, overall brain health and connectivity of the adolescent brain. Physical education is one of the most important aspects of a healthy lifestyle for those children at that time. So it is really important that we take a hold of our youth's physical education, because this is really where they need it the most, right? When you're younger, you need to explore your body. You need to explore movement. You need to explore what your body is capable of doing. You need to, gain those connections, maybe with your friends that all play a similar sport, or you're just getting involved in any program, after school program, to try to increase physical activity in youth, in children, because the epidemic of childhood obesity is kind of getting out of hand here, and we need to do something about it. So that's why we propose that, creating some type of state minimum for expenditure per year for physical education programs. Also trying to create policy change around the fact that only two places in the country have those recommended or national requirements for physical activity every day. So making it so that it is 60 minutes a day, or what is it? I'm not that good at math, but 420 minutes a week, because that's what 6 times 7 I think is 42, something like that. But making it so that those policies are in place, because that's really what policy change is about, is trying to change the things that are already in place to make them work better for the existing structures or individuals in those structures. And also we see a trend of tapering off from, physical education is very prevalent in high school, in elementary school, gets a little less prevalent in middle school, and then really dies off in high school for some things. So I think that pushing policy change to make physical education more of a priority in all levels, not just those younger, because as we talked about, it is much needed that the younger individuals do have that physical activity and physical education regimen in their life, but also the individuals who are older, who may have maturated a little bit more in high school, but still need that physical education, regardless of, whatever the socioeconomic group or, ethnicity, anything like that. I know there's differences inner city and non-inner city children in physical activity programs, but still getting that minimum of time recommended every week in all of the levels of school, not just elementary school and middle school. So, all right, that is all that I have for you guys today. I believe that's all I have for you today. Oh yeah, go check out Shape of the Nation, or just Shape. It's a Shape of the Nation. It's the status of physical education in the United States. It's a really interesting program who basically their whole goal is, I'll let Jake talk more about it tomorrow. He's going to talk a lot about it. They're really good at incentivizing teachers and over just everyone, teachers, and also making policy change and educating individuals on the policies around physical education. They're really good at trying to make younger individuals more healthy. So go check them out. Give them, just go see what they have. They might have some information there that I didn't talk about that you guys would be like, oh, wow, that's really useful. So just go check it out. As always, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us, message us on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. But what did you say? Oh, I just saw, sorry, also, I think. Yes. Oh, no, 100%. The COVID in physical activity in children is decreased last year. There was some really interesting work that Jacob and I did in grad school last semester about the motor competency levels of. So motor competency is basically they have like a test of movement patterns that are thought to be fundamental in nature, and where there's a certain time period where all adolescents and kids should have a certain range of abilities and movement patterns, and they tested those individuals pre and post COVID, and the drop off was drastic. There's kids who are 4+ years behind when it comes to those fundamental movement progressions of those kids of where they should be. 4 years behind when it comes to movement, and that affects a lot. So that affects the mentality, right? That affects not only how you physically move, but if you aren't as good physically moving, you are going to be deterred to do more physical education. Just like I was talking about earlier, if you don't have that the forebrain thinking of, oh, I'm good at this motor competency, or perceived motor competency, sorry, because you have that lower actual motor competency, your perceived motor competency is going to be lower, which is going to mean that you are less likely to participate willingly on your own free will in a physical activity program. So therefore, you are going to miss out on a lot of that physical activity here in the next however many years or months, hopefully it's only months, but years of your life, because you're not as active as the other kids, or you're not as competent as these other kids. So it's a constant negative spiraling that COVID has kind of brought upon us. And I'm going on a huge tangent right now, but the fact that the kids haven't even been able to see a lot of their friends, or even, when it comes to physical emotion or emotional intelligence, they don't know how to read someone. Think about something very, very basic, right? Being able to read someone's facial structure and figure out what their mood is, right? They don't have that ability because they grew up in the past year and a half, 2 years, not being able to see individuals' faces, right? Like they don't get to see how emotions manifest. The difference from and I know this sounds really cliche, but good touch and bad touch. They weren't allowed to touch. They weren't allowed to give any of their friends hugs, high fives for a year and a half. It's how does that affect the mentality and the growth and maturation of a young brain? I feel really, really bad for these kids. And you're right, it is really, really hard. It's how do you get yourself into physical activities when you don't think you're good enough to be in with the group? It's a really, really tough thing because we just got cannonball shot into COVID, and now we're trying to pick up the pieces one by one. And a lot of the policy changes that I personally would enact for individuals that went through the COVID, that are younger, I'd say probably yes. Sorry, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Yeah, motivation, 100%. But one thing I would like to implement is some type of weekly gathering, or some type of more than weekly, have something outside of the house, have something outside of the school realm where individuals, I know this is sounds like organized sports, but something similar to that, so that exactly, yeah, you playing volleyball. So having some type of volleyball meet set up for, and almost how college does club sports. I envision that for the younger generation, almost like a type of club sport thing to do in elementary school. That's not structured. It's not a structured thing where you're a part of a team, like a travel team or anything, but just something where kids can come and move, maybe even similar to what we do for community events. And I'm sorry to hear you can't play volleyball anymore. I know that I know playing sports is one of the favorite things to do in life if you are really a sports person. I know for myself, when I stopped, when I couldn't play hockey anymore, it killed me. So I feel bad for you, my friend. I rationalize with you there. Not being able to play the sport you love really does suck. But I think sorry about the rant. I know I'm like 20 minutes over right now, but do you have any other questions, Mr. IHNN? Also, give us a follow, give us a like, even though I don't think you can do that on Twitch, but follow us, tell your friends about us. I know you came in a little late, but I'm Adam. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the one of the exercise instructors here for Connected Community Health Support. If you want to go check us out, where is it? Oh, there we go. Go check us out on our website. We do a lot more stuff than just free exercises like we're doing right now. We also do like community events, free community events. So kind of like what I was just talking about when it comes to like getting everyone together just to like move, pretty much do physical activity. We set up events like that. We give out free educational information in the form of like blog posts and Instagram posts. Oh, word! You're a follower from a long time. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's my first time meeting you, man. I like to meet the people in our community and like actually have you guys, responding with us in the chat. So it sucks that we can't always catch you guys because I know that we have restreams playing and like and we do things at weird times sometimes. Like myself, I haven't streamed at my 5:30 time in like 2 or 3 weeks, so I apologize for that. But I'm glad you're a follower, and I hope you continue to stick along. I know. Sometimes the workouts, all three of us don't really know what to say sometimes when we're cruising along in the workouts, but this is the stuff we really love doing after, talking to you guys about whatever the pillar is for the week, whether it's policy change, nutrition, sleep, any of that good stuff. We really love trying to like teach you guys, or not teach, sorry, that comes off as condescending. We're trying to give you guys the tools of knowledge so you can teach yourself the best ways of living for you, because everyone's going to be different, right? Jacob who's making whatever food he's making in the kitchen right now is going to be different. His nutritional needs are going to be different than mine. They're going to be different from yours and Seth's and your mom's and your dad's and your grandma's. Everyone's going to be different. So we like to take an individual approach, or a broad approach, but also have that trickle down to an individual perspective, right? Because everyone is different. So we thank you for following us, and we hope that you stick around and continue to give us love and support, because we will always be there to love and support you as well, my friend. And I will have a good day. You as well, my friend. I'll catch you later. Catch you on the flip side. Jacob Carroll will be back bright and early at 7:30 in the morning. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Stay happy and